Hi everybody, it's me, Commodity here. Today I just learned that my entire account is unviewable in YouTube's new restricted mode. In accordance with their unexplained, unclear guidelines, I have no choice but to make a super safe video with no swearing, no sauce, and no swag, because I don't know what else this website wants from me. So today, we're gonna be ranking nursery rhymes. Yippee! That intro has swearing in it and a rude atmosphere. We can't play that anymore. Let's just jump right into the video. So starting off at number 1, we have Itsy Bitsy Spider. I'm gonna throw this one in S tier. Dang! Classic nursery rhyme. You can't enter a classroom without hearing this little ditty. No. At number 2, we got Baa Baa Black Sheep. I'ma put this one in C tier. Dang! I mean, when was the last time you actually heard anyone singing Baa Baa Black Sheep? Like, let's keep it real. No one knows Baa Baa Black Sheep. Do you know Baa Baa Black Sheep? Rockabye Baby, solid A tier. Dang! Good for babies, not so much for everyone else. 5 Little Monkeys, S tier. Dang! If there's one thing YouTube Kids has taught me, it's that 5 Little Monkeys is the most profitable nursery rhyme of all time. 5 little chuddies jumping on the bed. Ring Around the Rosie, I'ma put that solid B tier. Memorable, but the connotations of the lyrics are a little weird. Hey Diddle Diddle, I'ma throw that one in A tier. Maybe I shouldn't include that one, actually. Alrighty, guys, that's my nursery rhyme tier list. Be sure to do the 4 YouTube things, like, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you so much. Bye! Mother... buddy. Bruh. Really? That's what you're censoring my beer with? What the heck happened? I don't want to be a stickler. I don't want to have the message of this video be that videos from my childhood were better than the stuff being made now, because they weren't. Not always, at least. You had amazing creators like the AVGN, who sure was crass and rude and maybe didn't always say things that were advertiser friendly, but you know what? He had something to say. His videos had a point to them. He was never restricted creatively by the websites he uploaded to, and because of that, it allowed his content to thrive. In the same breath, we had creators like Leafy is Here, Keemstar, iDubbbz, creators that I also watched growing up who are remembered much less fondly for obvious reasons. But you know what? I'd take 1,000 Leafys and Keemstars over what we have today. I think we took that time on the platform for granted because at least their existence proved that anyone could be a YouTuber. You could truly say whatever you wanted, for better or for worse. This became a double-edged sword though, and made us splinter off into the opposite extreme. Censorship. In other words, not being able to say anything about anything. We're in the apex of a pendulum swing regarding censorship, not just here on YouTube, but around the globe as well. I'm sure you've heard all about it and don't need me to explain it to you, but on the off chance you're out of the loop, A couple months ago, the UK began attempting to reform the internet with new censorship laws that masked itself under the guise of protecting children. You now need to upload your government ID to view things like songs on Spotify and certain naughty websites. The rest of the world followed in their footsteps within like a week's time, which totally isn't creepy or weird, by the way. And YouTube followed suit in one of the most disastrous launches of all time, the attempted normalization of their flawed restricted mode, which was once an optional thing, now turned on by default when viewing YouTube as a guest and when making a new account. In other words, YouTube is actively hiding your videos from most of its watch base. It was recently discovered by myself that all of my videos are hidden in restricted mode. This honestly isn't surprising, considering my name is very similar sounding to a certain former rap star, and I swear a lot in my videos, albeit censored. But still, that's an insane amount for someone who's been uploading to this platform for well over a couple years now. In an effort to get this video seen by more people, I'm forced to not do my usual vulgar brand of humor. So forgive me for that, I promise I'll be right back to it starting next upload. Mind you, I'm not the only one affected to this degree. Hundreds, if not thousands of YouTubers are flocking to Twitter to report that they too have had all or a significant portion of their videos taken down in restricted mode. Which begs the question, what's the criteria for having a video be restricted? Nobody knows! Woo! I love this platform! You think I'm making that up, but it's true. There is not a single clear guideline on what affects your video when determining if it's okay to watch in restricted mode. It's all left in the hands of an AI to determine whether or not your video classifies as mature. To prove how flawed this system is, I decided to turn on restricted mode and did some browsing to see what YouTube thinks is appropriate to be showing a younger or sensitive audience. Here's what I found. Hey guys, so we're gonna play a little game here, and it's called What Can Little Timmy Watch While in Restricted Mode. So I got my YouTube pulled up here. We're gonna go unscripted for a little bit, and we're going to, in real time, see what exactly is safe for kids to watch, at least according to YouTube's AI, with this new restricted mode. So let's see. So I turned it on, and immediately one of the first videos we see, one of the first 3 videos we see, are pred catches. Sure. One of them literally has sex offender in the title. And CP.
What?
And you click on the video and boom, you can watch it. In full. Restricted mode is on. Now, I'm not bringing any hate to Gideon, but how is this at all fair? And that's not even the only example, right? Let's go back to my homepage, let's refresh, and let's just scroll down for a little bit. Look at this. Delusional D&D player doesn't believe in consent. It's a D&D horror story, which I watch on the down low, alright? You click on it, so we have a video here that, and again, no hate to the video or the creator of this video, right? But we are watching it in restricted mode, and it is a story about how a character in D&D gets sexually harassed. This is a-okay to watch in restricted mode for some reason. I am so curious to see if this YouTuber's still on. Oh! How curious! Nearly every Rev Says Desu video still online. Literal lolicon. Rev Says Desu. YouTube says your kids can watch it. Perfectly fine, perfectly safe. Let's try another.
Bruh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. There's tits in the thumbnail! There's tits in the thumbnail twice! Kiwi Tapes, Nova Online is evil. He's a predator in big, bold text on the thumbnail. It's 4 hours detailing everything about this guy. Here's another one. Kiwi Tapes, Buddy Haynes, Look at this! The Depraved to Catch a Predator Iceberg Explained Part 1. Oh my god. How? How are videos on this guy still up? Anime boob grab clips. Here's an edit of someone's boob getting grabbed. By the way, this is going to get censored in my upload, but this is literally what got Loser Anime 1 taken down. Fully on YouTube, 29k likes, It's insane. I am just so confused about what constitutes as a video getting restricted. It is not clear at all. Now, just to be abundantly clear, I'm not saying restricted mode should restrict these guys' videos. I'm just saying it's weird that their videos are still up while otherwise perfectly normal videos are getting taken down and restricted for no reason. Seemingly no reason, at least. Anyway, it's time for engagement check.
Enjoying the video? Here's your engagement check. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to support this channel and give commodity money to pay for insulin.
But why do I need to do all that? Isn't my view enough?
Viewing alone is great, but doing these 4 things pushes this video in YouTube's algorithm. And if you made it this far, here's this video's prompt of the day.
I'm eating all these cookies, and Buster can't have any. Because it's chocolate. And dogs can't have chocolate. It makes them really sick. Do you stand for censorship or no? Let me know your thoughts on censorship in the comments. Hot take, you guys. I think censorship is bad.
Oh my god, what a profound statement!
Yeah.
I like this guy. He's a real freak.
He says what other people are too afraid to say.
You know what I hate more than censorship, though? Selective, unclear censorship. As you guys clearly just saw, this new restricted mode feature is a bunch of baloney. It doesn't work. If you're a small creator, get ready to have a bunch of your videos hidden for basically no reason, while the high-profile channels still manage to upload stuff like this, and this. It's blatant hypocrisy, and maybe we wouldn't be having this problem if YouTube hired some actual humans to do this kind of work. I'm stuttering, I'm gonna keep going though. The most frustrating part about working on this platform is the lack of communication. We don't know what to do to avoid our videos from being hidden, and clearly YouTube doesn't know either. We all know the real reason this was added though, right? It was to prevent the young people from finding out more information about the P word. You know, the P word the people in power really don't want you talking about. That one? Yeah, no, don't talk about it. Don't talk about the P word. No, don't do it. Don't do it. And I mean, there's more than just that. Look at videos about the Einstein files, if you catch my drift. Anything the bigwigs don't want you looking into, you can guarantee it's not on restricted mode. The worst part about all of this is that in their sloppy attempt to censor world news, YouTube is indirectly, or perhaps directly, I don't know, ruining your chances to make YouTube a career. Numerous small creators, including myself, have reported a massive loss in views ever since this change went public. It seems like being in restricted mode even affects a video's performance in the algorithm, which is why I'm attempting to not swear or say any naughty words today. This should make you mad, and if it does, here's what I want you to know. I'm not going anywhere, and you shouldn't either. I mean, by all means, if another website in the future opens up that's better than this platform, I'm hopping ship. But the fact is, there isn't. Not yet. So, don't stop making videos. And don't stop watching unfiltered content. I know it sucks. I know it feels like a constant uphill battle. That doesn't mean you should just stop doing what you love. If you like making content, tell this AI that's reviewing all your videos to shove it and make whatever the heck you want. Undeterred. Swear, be vulgar, be rude, be controversial, just make it your own and don't cross a line too far. The death of the creative starts with suppression, and I can't think of a more smothering time for content creation than now, but that doesn't mean you should stop trying. There is nothing I hate more in new-gen YouTube than how conformative everything is. God forbid you want to try making something other than a 2-hour-long boring video essay, entire episode retrospectives of kitchen nightmares and my 600-pound life, or selling your soul to make short slop. Everyone's content has gotten so samey lately because YouTube has forced them to be that way through its constant insistence to not try anything bold or creative. Right now it's restricted mode, but back then it was copyright strikes, demonetization, the adpocalypse, things that are still in effect now along with this new AI moderation feature. Let's circle back to what I discussed in the first half of this video. You might not be a fan of old gen YouTubers like the AVGN or Nostalgia Critic, and you might be even less of a fan of channels like iDubbbz and Filthy Frank, channels that I grew up watching. But you want to know what all these YouTubers have in common? They tried different things. Sure, their content could be derivative at times, but each episode of the Nostalgia Critic, Content Cop, and Frank Rants were different. Of course, they shared similar elements, but you could distinguish them from their concept alone. Now, can you honestly name a video essay that you watched within the last year that you didn't just put on as background noise? Are you watching this video as background noise? That's not to discredit the people making these new videos either, far from it. Somewhere deep within themselves, there's a kid in there who grew up on YouTube and is trying desperately to make this whole thing work as a career. They're a passionate creative who just wants to entertain. It's not their fault that this website ended up the way it has. So to any aspiring video creators watching, I want you to try something for your next upload. Deviate from your formula just a little bit and see how you feel about it. Maybe it can be a small skit at the end of your video essay, or maybe it can be covering a niche topic outside of your typical viewer base. Whatever it is, just have fun making it. And if you're just a viewer, go outside of your comfort zone as well. Maybe give the YouTuber who only has 500 views a video a chance. You never know what you might find. The way this website works now, you have to conform just a tiny bit in order to succeed. But that doesn't mean you need to conform entirely. Always remember to never lose your creative edge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta get to my side hustle.
Hi there, gays and gals. Welcome back to the Blood and Guts for the Girls podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the infamous Murder Bay Butcher. Let's jump right in. So, this guy named Bob Butcher was born and raised in this town called Murder Bay in Florida. In his youth, Bob, then known as Bobby, liked to spend his time torturing small animals for fun and playing Cookie Run Kingdom. Thanks to these odd behaviors going unnoticed, Bobby let these strange hobbies manifest into something much, much darker. Let's just say he took a few women to the Dity party. He's not like us. A Dity blood, if you will. Let's just say, a peanut...
Dity, buddy. And you know we run the city, buddy. I like my tea with sugar and honey.
All right, we're in the update portion of the video. So if you're not a returning viewer, you can feel free to head out. But if you're a new viewer who's wanting to subscribe, or you're a returning viewer, feel free to stick around. So sorry if I'm a little boring. Hopefully I can make this a little funnier in editing, but I am so focused on not being able to swear at all that it's kind of hindering my ability to be funny. I'm kind of like Vizzy Pop in that way. Anyway though, first thing I want to address is that while I was making this video, there was some news that came out that said that restricted mode wasn't the cause of like the big drop in views that most YouTubers had, but it's still an attempt at censorship. So yeah, you know, it still fits. It's still, like, the video's still fine. I'm still not really going to change anything. The second thing I wanted to say was that I wanted to make this video a finale to Dity Minis. And I was hesitating saying the name of the series because I didn't want the AI to pick it up as like the rapper. I wanted to end it on something that I'm passionate about. And I'll tell you the reasoning as to why I want to kind of end the series. It's not because I want to focus on long form content. I just think separating Ditties and Dity Minis into two different series is kind of arbitrary, especially considering Dity Minis has gotten a huge glow up after so many years of making videos, specifically 1 year. But I've been making videos for longer than that, but just these specific series. So this is going to be the last episode of Dity Minis, but have no fear, I'm basically still going to be making Dity Minis. I'm just going to be labeling them under Ditties now. I think trying to do the half and half thing where I do like the Dity Minis as like my moneymaker was kind of stupid in the long run, because whenever I would make Ditties, and I would go inactive for 2 months, my channel would just have like a huge drop off. And I don't think I'm in the position right now to where I can afford to take that time off. I need to make faster videos, and this kind of ties into that whole compromise theme that I iterated earlier about needing to be creative, but also kind of bend the knee to the algorithm a little bit. So the videos that you've been seeing for the last maybe month or so, maybe 2 months, you can expect more content like that to be going in Ditties, as opposed to being in Dity Minis. The other reason is that the name just didn't make sense. I was dropping 20-minute, 30-minute videos, and if I were to continue that, then the expectation for Ditties would be that they would be an hour, like Lose Your Anime 2 and the Silent Hill video, which I don't want to do for every topic that I have planned for Ditties. There's also the idea that the Ditties had bumper segments where I animated or I voice dubbed or anything like that. Those will still be around. I just want to do them when I have an idea for them. I don't want to, because if you remember right, the Castlevania video had a voice dub in it very similarly to a Ditties, but it was a Dity Minis. Stuff like that will be the norm. I'll just make dubs whenever I think there could be like a funny moment for one, as opposed to mandatorily having them, you know, because I think the voice dub for the Silent Hill 2 video really killed the pacing of it, because it was otherwise like a really serious video. Then again, without that dub, it wouldn't have reached an hour. But then again, being over an hour long didn't really help it in the algorithm anyway. So I guess that doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. All Dity Minis are going to be Ditties from this point onward. I'm going to try to get my next Ditties on bad isekai anime out very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Loser anime fans, this will be sort of like a spiritual successor to that video. I am almost done watching all the series I need to watch, and then we'll go to scripting and then shooting, and I'll probably have like 1 or 2 videos. My camera did it again. Before that point. And I hope you guys will enjoy. So here's to the rest of the year, to 2026. And oh, thank you for 20K, by the way. I know I mentioned that in community posts, but I haven't actually said it in a video yet. So yeah, that's about it. Don't stop making videos, guys.